I would instead recommend our final pilot review that we have here, and that's for Sunny. It's going to have 10 episodes. I believe it's going to be an ongoing series. It's pitched as a comedy drama in where our main character, Rashida Jones, is kind of reeling after a tragedy that has happened, but you can't fully call it a tragedy because they haven't been able to find the people who went missing from this tragedy, but it is her close family members. But this is a world where there's robots. It kind of feels like the robots from Her. I think that's the closest that I can explain this world. And she gets gifted a robot, but there might be some extra baggage or memory that haven't been revealed yet. We caught the first 2 episodes, at least I did, and it's intrigued me enough. Hasn't like won me completely over. I feel like it may lose its footing, but the first 2 episodes are decent.
Yeah, they build a pretty interesting world, and I like the tone of it. Rashida Jones is fun in this sort of like wry, detached delivery that she's giving. You know, she feels very like emotionally muted and sort of at a loss in her life because she's experienced this big traumatic event and kind of is floating through things, but. Matching that up with the ever helpful presence of her personal assistant robot and just the sort of like intrigue and mystery of this world, it does a really good job at just sort of giving you these little like crumbs to follow along with. Well, like that's weird, and what's going on with this, and just creating the whole like crime for her to kind of try and figure out. I think it's a pretty cool setup. Like you, I'm not completely sold on it, but it's intrigued me enough that I'm gonna see where they're taking it. I was also pretty interested to see the guy who's playing her husband. Did you catch who's playing that role?
No. What about him?
Because he looked familiar to me, and I couldn't place it. And it's my man from Drive My Car.
Oh, that is right. Yeah.
Yeah, Hidetoshi Nishijima.
Yeah, I was like, he looks familiar. And she's like, is it not Drive My Car guy? Because we also saw, what was it? We saw the guy from Perfect Days in Cure. And I was like, why do these gentlemen look familiar? I'm like, damn. So just catching up on a lot of that stuff. Yeah, he does a good job in it too, because as you were mentioning, he's in the flashback scenes. So you look at the flashback scenes with him and Rashida, and that's what really causes Rashida to stand out in the present. Because when you see how she's supposed to look like before the trauma, bro, the bags they added to her, just the way she's speaking like she's on her last breath, I think they've built out a pretty decent world with it. So,
yeah. And it's also this interesting lost in translation element kind of going on, because she is living in Japan but is not a Japanese speaker, so she's sort of out of misaligned with the people around her, and then more reliant also on this like automated help from the robot. It's a cool idea. I'm hopeful for where it's going to go.